Hey guys.
Good morning. Morning. Okay, so today I'm pretty excited because, yesterday we put out our communication plan, and I know there was a kind of a lot of information. And so every single day we're going to kind of work on something so that as a group we can all make stuff happen. And we can make stuff happen for ourselves, and we can eventually make stuff happen for our team. And so we're going to kind of go through how to go step by step with our plan. And what I was thinking, if everybody's into it, is I'm kind of going to go through the 3 steps that we're going to do as a group today. And of course, if you want to join in, that's awesome. If you don't, I totally get it. But at least we're going to have a plan up until we get to convention, okay? So I always start with gratitude. And of course, I simply always want you guys to know how grateful I am for each and every one of you, your energy, your input, and just being here. And then, of course, affirmations. Affirmations are tremendous, boost to my day every day. And I hope that as I practice them, that they continue to help me be strong and focused. And I think they do. So I'm a big recommender of that. Okay, so we have our 30-day run. We're all going to St. Louis, hopefully on this Zoom. We are the masterminds. We want to get ourselves there, make sure we get as many of our team members there. But today, I thought we would, if you have a pen and paper or you want to take a screenshot, I'm going to kind of stay on each slide for a few minutes. You can take a screenshot if you want to participate. But basically, I wanted to kind of lay down our way of connecting and putting things into place so that we can build our team with customers and brand partners, because we want to make sure that we go into St. Louis at the highest level that we want to be, with the most customers that we want to have, with the biggest team that we can possibly bring. Because what eventually happens when you go to a conference is that if you're lacking any energy, your energy comes back. If you're open to learning some new ideas, you're going to be filled with tons and tons of information and excitement. But really, it's the energy of being around the people. And I don't think you can duplicate that energy by not coming to an event like that. So here's our 30-day challenge for us to participate in. And we can basically, I would suggest that if you are going to do this with your team, that you look at where they are in the company, find out what they're willing to do, what they want to do, where they want to be, and take that kind of inventory. But step 1 was to redo our list and to really inventory our list. Now, there may be people on your list that you have spoken to, talked to, and it's kind of random when you talk to them. The whole idea with the communication plan is that we kind of organize our communication, how we're going to do it, when we're going to do it. And the idea is that we pick a day or a couple of days, however, we all know that activity is what gets us to the next level. How much activity we do personally, how much activity our team is willing to do, that's what really creates the synergy, really creates the momentum in your team, in your business. And that's any business. So by redoing your list, you're really not leaving anybody out, because what we're going to do is, after step 1, we're actually going to sort our list. And yesterday, I put a graphic up about how to sort. Now, you can name your sorting of your list any way you want, but the book that I'm reading, basically, they established the ambassadors, who are the ones that are real, they're real connectors, and they may or may not be interested in your business, but they are good for referring you business and always, wanting you to succeed and to introducing you to people. Your champions, they are people that also are good connectors, not as good as the ambassadors, but you're helping and training them to help you to grow and build your business. And in turn, you're helping them with theirs, whatever that is. Potential champions, very self-explanatory, and friends and family. So once you do this list, and it takes a bit, I just started my list a couple of days ago, my relist, and I couldn't believe how it's grown over the last several years, where I've really been very intentional, but it was not sorted in any way, shape, or form. So I think the idea is that when you sort your list, it gives you a really good indication on how you want to communicate, how you want to broadcast to those people, what you're broadcasting, and how you want to connect. And the idea behind this is, once you've sorted your list, you now are going to calendar your power hour. Now, your power hour, as we talked about last night, can be whatever you want to schedule into your calendar, and you can basically calendar that out a year in advance. And you can pick 1 day a week for 1 hour a week, or you can do two days a week for 1 hour. You know, whatever you want to do in your business to take your business to wherever you want it to go, basically, you know, really depends on you and your schedule and how you want to fill up your schedule. So as you're sorting your list of your communication people that you want to be in constant communication with, you're sorting them by, I would say, you know, we're going to talk about it tomorrow and we're going to kind of do this step by step, but typically, you know, as you're sorting your list in your calendar, you're putting in there your ambassadors, right? You want to set up meetings with people that are going to connect you immediately with people, because the idea is, you know, you need new brand partners to build your business. We all need our customers. That is the, you know, listen, that is our constitution. That is what we need. We need customers. And it's absolutely imperative that every single brand partner that has an interest in growing their business is 3 or free qualified or more. Those are things in the mastermind we already know. But in order for us to really build our business, we have to be intentional. And being intentional is building your calendar. Last night on Miriam U, I thought it was just so great because Leslie was talking about, you know, sit downs. And basically the whole idea of your power hour is to create a sit down or create an event for your friend or networking person to attend. So I was saying yesterday how I was invited by this one gentleman last week to go to a breakfast, and his whole intention was to invite Robert and I to this networking group that was all business people. And we went around the room, we all talked about what we did, we kind of got a feel for the different people in the room and how they wanted to network their services to us and vice versa. And really what it is they want to network our network, we want to network their network, and how are we going to do that? And then we were told that they were having a business luncheon actually today. And, you know, Robert and I had a good experience at that networking group. And so we decided to attend the luncheon today. And the luncheon actually is, you know, a lot of business people, and they have a speaker. And the speaker is, I'm looking at it right now, he's a business advisor, and he is there to help develop strategies to increase current success. So we have made a intentional effort to associate with people that have the same mindset that we do on building a business. And it doesn't matter what the business is because the strategies all work. So our calendar is being filled up intentionally with people that we know can refer us business, and we can refer them back to business. So that's what your power hour is all about. It's about strategically and intentionally getting a hold of people by phone, by your voice, with your passion, with your excitement, and saying, look, I would love to see you, or I'd love to invite you to something, or I'd love to get together, somehow to get them involved in seeing or hearing about what you're up to, okay? And so this is kind of the overview of the power of intentional communication. Your ambassadors, again, are your large network of outgoing people. They're a great referral source. You want to stay in constant contact with them at least once a month. So on your calendar, you're going to build that into once a month power hour. And believe me, in that hour, I did one yesterday, and I really only spoke to about 4 people. It was really interesting to me how people were very chatty. You know, there's a couple people that are calling me next week because this week is filled up for them. I really see how, you know, important it is to be constantly communicating, because I want some new brand partners this month. And I want to go into, you know, to our conference with some new people, which I'm very excited about that we have. And I want to create that excitement and that enthusiasm. So my mission is to get as many people on the phone as I possibly can by the end of the month, so that I can get them entrenched in the possibility of coming with us, you know, in 30 days, or at the very least getting them involved in what we do here. So ambassadors are important. They may or may not want to be in your business, which is okay, but they're a great source of people and they want to refer you business. And the champions, those are good, you know, those are people good for referrals maybe once or twice a year. And we want to turn them into ambassadors. We want to teach them how to be a great referral source. And remember, anytime you're thinking that you want referrals from somebody, you have to be a great referral back. You have to be a connector. And so you want to call those people like once a quarter. So you're putting them in your, you know, your communication plan in your calendar for once a quarter. And remember, if you have 4 hours a week that you're 4 hours a month that you're willing to do a power hour, you can see how you could fill up your calendar with people's names. And if there's only 5 people on that list in your hour, believe me, it will be sufficient. I promise you. Then your potential champions, right? They're people that you're going to help become champions and ambassadors and teach them how to be a great referral source to you and your friends and family. And then, of course, people that are just, you know, not in your circle of influence anymore, but they're maybe on your cell phone or your Facebook, but you haven't talked to them in years, or maybe they've said, you know, I want nothing to do with you. Don't get personal about stuff like that. This is business. It has nothing to do with personal. It really doesn't. And you don't want to personalize your friendships or your family because they're just not interested in this aspect. You know, they're not interested for all the other reasons. It really doesn't have anything really to do with you. You know, I found out a very good friend of mine who I'm actually doing this deal with on a show that I'm working on. You know, he told me, Annie, I want to hear about Miriam, but I do want, and by the way, I've sent him a video, I've sent him product, I've sent him all sorts of stuff, but he finally told me the truth. He said, I got involved with something similar to this and I ended up spending $10,000 and I got nothing in return. So I'm very, very, very cautious. So it really had nothing to do with me that he's not, you know, jumping into Miriam right now. He understands it. He likes it. He thinks it's great. He's just cautious. So he's watching. So it's not personal, and it typically is never personal. So again, events are one of the key factors to this communication. If you can create an event like having somebody over for a glass of wine, for coffee, for a day party with the kids, for you know, anything that you can basically have a conversation about what they're doing, and really you want to spend more time on them than you do on yourself. The idea is to build that communication and to build that relationship, because that is what is going to take you to the next level with that person, right? Because the whole idea is that if you deepen your relationships and you make it about them, what you're doing is you're solidifying that relationship over the long term. And in any business, it creates a whole lot of value. Because remember, people do business with people they know, that they like, and they trust. And so when they trust what you're doing and they see that you're doing it for a long period of time, and they see that you haven't given up, and they see that you're consistent, and they see that you're proud and intentional, those are the things that people look at and they say, okay, you know what, this looks like something that maybe I could get behind. And if I can't do it myself, I certainly have people I know that I could probably refer to. So that's really what you want, you guys. You want to be intentional. I want to again remind everybody of the getrealconference.com. You know, you're going to hear a lot about it on the corporate call. We talked about it yesterday on the NMD call. You know, it is true that every single time that we have a convention, you know, we talk about how it's going to be better than the last. Well, why wouldn't it be better than the last? The idea is that every time we have an event, we want to make it bigger, stronger, better. And that's what Miriam is really good at. And I can tell you from my experience of going to quite a few seminars and conventions over the last 25 years, Miriam does not disappoint in that area. So if you're having any trouble getting your people to, you know, come to this conference because they don't have the money, they don't see the value. A lot of people don't see the value It wasn't easy for Robert and I to go to Vegas 2 weeks ago. We talked about it probably for a couple of months before we decided at almost the last minute we were going to hop on a plane and go. And one of the deciding factors on the reason why we decided to go was because, you know what, we needed the energy. We needed that camaraderie of business people and seeing maybe there's something we could learn. And really what it is it's being a little bit selfish. It's being selfish for yourself to kind of take care of yourself, to really give yourself a shot in the arm. Conventions and seminars are not for you to not get something out of it. The whole idea is to go there and really feed your brain, feed your philosophy, feed the things that you want most in life. And I will tell you, we got some very good nuggets. I love seeing Jack Canfield, and I thought he did a great presentation. I loved Michael Mayer. I'm reading his book, so I really enjoyed meeting him, and I enjoyed talking with him and seeing his presentation. But I got a lot of stuff out of it, and a few things that I wanted to implement, which is worth it for me. And it was way more expensive than Miriam. And it was a way less produced convention, interestingly enough. But it was, it was good. I got something out of it. So, here you have an opportunity to bring people from your team to really have that community and camaraderie and to really do something for yourself that can push you forward. And I wouldn't just limit it to just Miriam, because oftentimes the things that you learn in situations like conferences like this is you learn a lot about yourself, and you learn a lot about where you can take yourself and what you want to do in life and how you want to start broadcasting yourself to people. And so I really encourage you, if you haven't yet set the commitment to yourself that you're going to go, I would really, really think about that. And really, once you think about that and you decide, you're going to see that the people around you are going to want to do it with you, because they're looking for your leadership to see what you're doing. And so basically, guys, that is our Zoom for today. And I hope that, you'll kind of stick with me for this 30-day run, because what I want most of all is all of us to win. I want us to be able to really set the tone for our group, and to be able to really go deeper in our relationships and build those relationships into very strong communication forever. And it's going to help us in everything we do, not just our personal business, but in all aspects of our personal communication. So does anyone have any questions or comments that I may need to help you with? We're going to kind of go through the week step by step on how to really make this happen for everybody. But I really always encourage you to share your thoughts and what you think could make it better or whatever. So I'll open it up to you guys. Anybody? Okay, well.
Hey, I have something.
Okay.
Sandy. Maybe Susie's really good at this. Where would I find a list of people of networking meetings, like morning networking meetings, to be able to get in front of people?
Oh, like in the San Fernando Valley, where are the networking meetings?
Yeah, anywhere. Is there a list anywhere?
Typically and I don't know if Susie Pan is on here, but typically networking meetings, I've always heard about them kind of referral basis. But Ann, you have a comment on that?
Here in the Atlanta area, you can Google the network meetings, or you can go to meetup.com and just put in business meetings or whatever you're interested in. And like, I joined a group, it's a foodie group. Not that I need to be eating, but I joined a foodie group, and I actually got a brand partner from it who was a doctor. And we just would meet once a week. We would eat, we would network a little bit, talk about what we do. And I just went on meetup.com. So you can get, really, if you go to meetup.com, you can just about get anything you're interested in.
Okay, great. Thank you.
That's a one guy. And you know what? It's so funny that you say that, Ann, because we're on that meetup thing too, in Santa Clarita Valley. So that's really good. That's good. Great idea.
Thank you.
And Sandy, there's also BNI and things like that where, they'll
Hi,
allow
Laura.
Good morning. They'll allow one person from, a different genre of things, but you have to pay for those. And then Chamber of Commerce. Those sometimes you feel like you walk into the twilight zone a little bit, but there can be stuff that can come out of that. But otherwise, I love the meetup ideas. That was great.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, the chamber is a great idea too, Laura. Thank you for that. I love that idea. Yes, because I see the chamber all over those places. Yes. Anybody else have anything to comment or add?
Hi, Annie. Good morning. It's Natalia. I just wanted to say hi. Yeah, you guys can also research on Facebook like business meetings, business mix and mingles. Maria Angarosa and I did that once, and it turned out really great. And then I also wanted to add our conference is so cheap compared to anything I've ever been to. My past company were only like 1/4 of the price. And Lynn and I, last year for my birthday, she took me to Darren Hardy's Insane Productivity. And that was only one day, and it was also $495. So our coaching, our teaching, our convention, for what we get, it's amazingly affordable. And then lastly, Breeze, if you're on, you've been doing something great you should share, but to meet new people and doing something fun, the past month or so, Breeze has joined a line dancing to increase his warm market. So I don't know if you want to add to that, Breeze.
That's fun.
I just got told on you.
Yeah, I love it. That's all. It's there's dripping. I'm dripping in there.
Yeah.
Got some bottles out and ice serum and youth factor, and but they wonder where I get this energy and EHT. So passing out cards but you know it's still in the funnel and just dripping. But yeah, I do that, and Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday besides the table tennis.
You know, that's
They know I'm coming. They know I'm coming. I'm the snake oil man.
great.
I'm the Nerium man comes out.
That's amazing, Breeze. I love that. I love that you're going line dancing. That's so much fun. And you know what? You meet a lot of people, and you can literally enter that into your communication plan with power notes and, sending samples out and, doing all sorts of things to follow up in what we've got here. So I think that's amazing. Putting yourself out there is the best thing to do. And,
Annie,
yeah, go ahead.
I have something too, which is online. I don't know if anyone has heard of this community called Nextdoor. It's nextdoor.com, and it's your neighborhood. And I posted eye serum. Who wants a free sample of eye serum with before and after pictures? And within an hour, I had 4 women who live within a few blocks of where my mom lives respond to it.
Wow.
And one of them said, if this stuff works, I can get you lots of customers. So, it's great because I'm caregiving my elderly mom. So I'm in the house an awful lot and not able to go to any more meetups at night and all of that. And Nextdoor is really starting to work out for me.
I do Nextdoor as well. And you can put on anything, like I'm selling furniture and things like that. But they have a whole business section too. So it's great. I didn't even think about that one, but it is great. And they give you updates every day. It comes into your
it comes into your email.
That's fantastic. I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to go on that right now.
And plus, they really verify that you live in the community. So it's really safe.
Is it a website, just nextdoor.com, or how do you find it?
Go to nextdoor.com, you put in your zip code, and then it shows the community. And if there isn't one in your community, you can start it. And they send out postcards on your behalf. So I set one up for my mom in this community, and I have one in the community I live in the Princeton area. And they send out postcards. So they're sending out postcards to all of my neighbors. And so far I have 70 people that responded to my invites. And it's just a community, and you can post anything, like if you need a plumber or blah, blah, blah. but they have classifieds and they have free items. So I've been posting both in classifieds and free items.
I love that.
And
Thank you, God.
yeah,
That's
and
wonderful.
it's all local, so it's really cool in that way.
Yeah, that is very cool. Oh my gosh, because I can't wait to go on that. That's a great site. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
We are masterminds. This is what we do.
And the other sites I've been posting in on Facebook are local flea markets. Like they'll have a flea market in your area, and some of them require that you prove that you live in such and such a county. But I've posted stuff on there and I'm having people respond to me about it. So those are 2 online free venues.
That's great, Therese. Thank you so much. Wow.
You're welcome.
Wonderful.
Therese,
Yes.
when you say, hi, it's Sandy. When you say they send out postcards, do you pay for those postcards?
No, they send if somebody joins because of one of your invites, they give you 25 free postcards, and all you have to do, and they send you an email about it, and all you have to do is click yes, send my postcards, and they send out 25 more. And they've sent out postcards for me to outside of my community. So every time somebody joins through me, because they also send you an email saying that so-and-so joined because of your postcard, I go in there and I say, welcome and how are you? And, kind of just forming a relationship about it. So it's pretty
fantastic.
cool. And if you have email addresses of people in your neighborhood, you can type in their email address and they'll send a postcard on your behalf. And it just, they show you what the content of the postcard is and everything.
Right, my neighbor
So definitely do that, because it connects you with neighbors that you don't even know. And it's more than your community. Like this one community I'm in, it has over 3,000 people. I don't know the diameter or the radius of what the boundaries of each community is, but it seems to be pretty big. It's like more than just your particular neighborhood. It goes to another neighborhood or to another neighborhood. So it's, it's a way of developing relationships with people.
Sounds great. Oh my gosh, that's great information. Okay, well that I think is just a wonderful place to start building a new foundation of, doing your 2 a day. That's amazing. That's a great new fresh place. So that's great information. You guys super appreciate it all. All right, so we have our plan, our list, right? We're going to take care of that. We're going to sort it. And then we're going to do we're going to schedule our power hour. And then tomorrow, we're going to move to the next phase. And this is all about making sure that we grow our team this month. So we've got several days. Friday is inventory day. So we've got 2 days to put this into motion. Today is our first day of really putting it into motion for those of you that want to. And I think it's a great plan for all of us to really close out our month very, very strong and help those people interested to do the same thing. So thank you so much for being here today, and all your participation was amazing. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day.
Bye.
Thanks for a great meeting.